right, this is game number 2 for Dungeoneer, Den of the Wererats. Now, if you saw video number 1, you would have seen the human alchemist. She met an untimely death at the hands of a rat swarm that the Dwarf Guard played against her. And like I said in that video, I think that's the first time I've had a hero die. So this is Durin Iron Thumb, the Dwarf Guard. And since he won, he's back to play the third hero from this set. And just as a reminder, or in case you didn't see video 1, he has 6 hit points. He can hold a maximum of 3 treasure cards and 2 boon cards in inventory. And he has Verminholt. This ability allows him to pay glory equal to the peril value of 1 vermin encounter monster attacking him, and that vermin returns to its player's hand or pack. Now, he never did even get to use that last time. And that leaves the third mystery hero, and it is, oh, it's her. It's Seela Shadowknife, a Darkling Thief. Alright, this could be interesting. She also starts with 6 hit points, and she can have 3 treasure cards, 2 boon cards in inventory, and she has Streetwise. If you are on an urban space at the end of your turn, you draw and keep 1 additional card during your discard draw phase. Wow, that is awesome. That helps a lot, because that could give you an extra peril card that you could play on your opponent next turn, or an extra glory card that you could use for yourself on your next turn. Wow, so I have to remember that if she's on an urban space. And most of the spaces in this set are urban because it takes place in an old, dingy, dank, stinky city where the Wererat chief, he's out there with his transformed minions, and it's up to us to go in and clean out the city of them and all the thieves and cutthroats. Anyway, this is the starting hit points that each hero starts with, and I put it over column 1 to show they are level 1, and their speed is how many movement points they get per turn, and each of them start with 2. Okay, speaking of the city, let's go up and get this thing started. Okay, the entrance card for this set is the Inn of the Wily Wench. Now, this is an urban site, and heroes gain 1 peril and 1 glory when they go here. All sides are open, and it says, you may not initiate a challenge on a hero here. You may pay 2 glory to discard 1 personal quest and draw 1 new one. Alright, so that is the starting space for this adventure. Now I've separated all the road cards out, and I'm going to get rid of this one because we only need 4 to build the starting map. So the first road is the Crossway. Now here you can see what I was talking about, the cobblestone roads and alleys, and here are the buildings. Yep, it's urban. Okay, so you gain 2 peril, 1 glory. Just can't go on the side here. Now this is a new feature of this set, and that's the sewer. So there are 2 cards that have a B on it, and you can spend 1 movement point to go from this B to the other B, wherever it is. So it's just a quick way to get across town, hopefully. Hopefully they aren't right next to each other. And there's also a sewer system with the letters A. Alright, so I'm going to put this over here. Maybe we'll see the A card show up. Like that. This bend, 2 peril, 1 glory. You can go in the left or the bottom. It's an urban type of terrain. And we're going to put this one up here. Okay, the third one is the Crossroads, and here's the other A. Okay, so you have 2 peril, 1 glory. All the sides are open. It's an urban type of road. So I'm going to put this down here. So now, instead of spending 2 movement points, 1, 2, to go from here to here, you would just have to spend 1 to go through the sewer system. And we have another Crossroads. 2 peril, 1 glory, all sides are open, urban type, and we're going to set this one right over there. Alright, all 4 sides have been taken from the inn. So let's go ahead and bring out our heroes. Now in this one I'm going to use these miniatures that I got from a different game. The blue one is going to represent the Dwarf Guard, which is the same as last time. He was Hero 1. But this time the green one is going to represent the Darkling Thief. Okay, so that's going to be her. Okay, now since they've both entered the Wily Winch, the entrance space, they're going to each gain 1 peril and 1 glory to start the game. 1 peril and 1 glory. Okay, now I'm going to take this extra road card. I'm going to mix it in with all the site cards. And that is going to create the map deck that we will draw from in phase 3, the build phase each turn. Now we need quests. We need to give our heroes something to do. So I'm going to give 2 quests to the guard, 2 quests to the thief, and then 1 will be the global quest that either of them can attempt. So the guard will be doing Rescue Lily. Now this is an escort quest. He needs to find Thieves' Alley. And once he's there, he's going to put a token on the card to represent Lily. Then he needs to go to the Inn of the Wily Winch to discard the token, which basically means just taking Lily from the alley back to the inn. Announce that your hero has -1 to melee combat while there's a token on this card. Okay, his other one is another escort quest called Free Durik. So he's going to need to go to the Wererat lair. While there, he'll put a token on the card to represent Durik. Then, to complete the quest, he needs to find the Temple of Omnissus and discard the token there. And announce that vermin-type encounter monsters have a +1 to all attacks on my hero, while there's a token on this card. Alright. So he's going to be doing a lot of escorts. Let's see what the thief is going to be doing. Okay, Bounty on the Paramour. This is a sleigh quest. She needs to find the outskirts hideaway. And once there, she just needs to fight this Paramour, which is a humanoid. And he attacks melee. He gets a bonus of 2. And he only inflicts 1 wound and only has 1 hit point. So she shouldn't have any problems with that. And then this one is Purchase the Dark Saber. This is a sacrifice quest. So she needs to find the Garden of Shadows, and to complete the quest, she'll either pay 1 wound or 6 glory while there. Very interesting. Now, if you notice, instead of the usual gain a level, glory, and then recover a wound, this has a bonus to one of her stats. Now, this is called an artifact, and that's what this sword is. Or I guess a saber. The Dark Saber. And that's going to give her a permanent +3 bonus to her melee. So that's really cool. She needs to try to do that one first if she can. To help all of her melee combats. Alright, and the global quest that either of them can attempt, Impress the Guild. They need to go to Thieves' Alley, where all the thieves hang out. She'll fit right in. And to complete the quest, overcome a speed threat of 6 while there. Each attempt costs 1 movement point. Sounds easy, right? But if you fail, you either lose a wound or you become tipped. Alright, so that's what we're looking at. And finally, each hero gets a 5-card hand of adventure cards. 3, 4, 5. It wouldn't be very exciting without those. And we're going to put this turn marker on the guard, which means it is now his first turn. Alright, we reset the movement points. Now we look, she has 1 peril point for him to spend. Does he have anything he can bring out? Now this is where the rat swarm came out in the last game, because it only costs 1. He threw it out, I'm pretty sure it was first turn, and it just kept fighting her, and she ended up dying. Alright, so anyway, we can't do anything. I was reminiscing about the good old days of game number 1. Alright, so the build phase. He drew Thieves' Alley. So 4 peril, 3 glory. You can only enter on the sides. It is an urban type site. Target a hero and pay any number of glory. Target hero must overcome a speed threat of that number, or you take 1 treasure of their choice from his inventory and put it in yours. So basically, it's a way of stealing, pickpocketing your opponent. But it's too early in the game for that right now, because no one has any treasure cards out. But this quest requires the Thieves' Alley. Is that the only one? Yes. So I need to put this somewhere where they can both get to it. You know what? I'm going to put this right up here. Okay, so now he has 2 movement points. And you know what he's going to do? He is going to spend both of those to go first to the bend, then over to Thieves' Alley. Now he's going to gain a total of 6 peril and 4 glory for traveling. 6 peril, 4 glory. And let's take a look at this Thieves' Alley quest again. To complete it, overcome a speed threat of 6. Each attempt uses a movement point. Okay, he's out of movement points, so he can't do that this turn. But he does have 5 glory points to use. I'm hoping I've got something that can improve my speed, but I do not. Oh, here's a potion of life. He doesn't need that yet. Invisibility. Upkeep. Now here's a new keyword for this set. Upkeep happens in the first phase, where you reset movement points and reset all the doors. You also pay any upkeep fees. And this one is pay 2 glory, or the card returns to your hand. And while the card's readied, your hero cannot be attacked with melee. If your hero initiates a melee attack, discard this card. That is really cool. And his melee isn't his best, so I don't know if I would ever attack with melee. What was this other one? This gives him, this is vermin resistance, a +1 to magic, for magic, and a +2 against vermin. Now his magic is 0. He is not a magic user, so that would definitely come in handy also. You know what? I've never played this. I'm going to try this one. He's going to pay 3, and he's going to bring out invisibility. It's an incantation. No, an invocation. I got to remember, though, I have to pay that upkeep each turn. That's going to be an error. I guarantee I'll forget that at one of these turns. Alright, so I need to get rid of a card. Oh, I got a vampire, a demon. Oh, I really like this one. You know what? I'm going to change this. It's the same cost. I'm going to play this one because he's going to need some magic. He doesn't have any. And let's just get rid of... I hate to do it this early, but get rid of one of those big monsters. Okay, I drew 2 to get back up to 5 cards in my hand. Okay, so his turn is over. Now we go over... This is the Thief's first turn. Alright, now he has 7... Okay, she resets. He has 7 peril points already for her to use. And she has Rat Swarm. So she is going to spend 1. Now, show you why this was so deadly last time. Because if you look at it, it's going to attack melee with just a 1 bonus. It only has 1 hit point, but if it succeeds, it's going to inflict 1 wound and you place 1 token on the card. Now the rat swarm gets 1 additional attack per combat for each token on it. So right there, if she's successful, if this is successful, there's going to be a token on it. Next time he attacks, it's going to attack and get 1 extra. And if 1 or both of those are successful, then you got 1 or 2 more on here, and it just keeps adding up. In addition, you may remove 1 of the tokens to remove 1 wound. Now, since it only has 1 hit point, you can use those tokens also to prevent damage to it. So yeah, that's a great card. Now she's got, well, she isn't the one that had it. She isn't the one that was killed, but he was the one that played it last time. Now he's having it played on him, against him. So anyway, after all that, the rat swarm attacks melee and gets a 6 because it has a +1 bonus. His melee is 1, so he gets, right in the middle of everything, he gets a 5, which is also a 6. So when that happens, no wounds are dealt, it's just a tie. You know what? If he would have had the invisibility, this couldn't have attacked him. Now he needs that invisibility. Okay, so no damage was dealt, so that was good for him. Still her turn, so now we move on to the build phase, where she draws the Temple of Omnissus. Now this is a 2 peril, 2 glory, all sides are open, urban type. Pay 1 movement and 1 glory, and your hero recovers 1 wound. Limit once per turn. So this is the healing space for this set. They've all had this so far. All the sets. Now Omnissus, okay, he needed Omnissus, and this is her turn. So she wants to put this, oh, the Wererat letter's not even out. So it really doesn't matter. She's just going to put this then up here. That's fine. All right. So she needs the outskirts or the Garden of Shadows. Neither of those are out. So she's going to spend 1 to explore. She draws another map card, and this is the Way. This is the Way. So there's 2 peril, 1 glory. You can go on the sides, but not the top or bottom. It's an urban type, and this is the B. Now the other B is right here. So let's make it worth the travel. I'm going to put this one here. No, you know what? I'm even going to put it here. Yeah, I like that. So now someone can actually travel from here to here, all the way across the map with just 1 movement point. All right. She has 1 movement point left, and she really hasn't gained anything. You know what? She's just going to spend it, move down to the crossroads, where she'll gain 2 peril and 1 glory. And she has 2 points to spend. So the only thing she could do is this one, and that's a Gem of Strength. It's an attachment to another treasure card. Urban Sprite, Regeneration, Imperial Blessing, Target. Bane card is canceled. I like that. Urban Spirit, your hero has +1 magic. Anytime you may discard this to prevent all effects. Okay. And I like that regeneration. I guess I'll get rid of the gem. I've got to discard something. Okay, so then I draw 2 cards to get back up to 5. Now, if you are on an urban space at the end of your turn, you draw and keep 1 additional card. And she is on an urban space. So I'm going to draw 1 extra card. So now she has 6 in her hand. Wow, she's really ready for next turn. Okay. So he resets. There's no upkeep on the table yet that needs to be paid. She has 3 peril. So he can play, he still can't play the vampire, but he can play either of these. this is an attached vermin monster. And he doesn't have any monsters out yet, so... City Shift. Relocate any one map card to any legal location. Now, will this help him at all? He's there. No, I don't think so. I think he's not going to do anything this Dungeon Lord phase. Wow. So he draws a card for the build phase. The Garden of Shadows. So this is 4 peril, 3 glory. It's an urban... no, it's a forest. I'm so used to saying urban. So the garden. This is a little outside of town here. Oh, that's so awesome. All encounters, all encounters have +1 magic here. And we can only go on the top or the bottom. But to leave, you're going to have to pick a lock to get out of the garden. I guess it has gates. Is there a gate? So let's see. Who needed that? So it's the blue guy's turn. And who needed the garden? She needs the garden. So he wants to put this away from her. She's here. And it has to be at the top or bottom. Connect. So I'm going to connect it up here. How about that? Okay. So now he has 2 points to spend. Now he was trying this. So he is going to spend a movement point to attempt a speed threat of 6 or better. Okay, and his speed is 2. So he has a decent chance here. 4, 5, 6, which barely, but that is going to complete it for him. He got a 6. Alright, so he's going to gain 1 hero level. Let's go ahead and show this. So he has gone up to level 2, and he gains another movement point because his speed is now 3. He also gains 2 glory points, and he would recover a wound, but he hasn't taken any damage yet. So that is quest number 1 for the guard. Now, since that was a global quest, we have to draw another one. And this is Slay the Hideous Rat Beast, Slay quest. So to complete the quest, you defeat the hideous rat beast. But before you can fight him, you have to find him. You have to roll a 7 or better on 1 die while on any urban space. You get to add +1 for each space you are from the nearest entrance. Each turn requires a new search, and each search attempt uses 1 movement point. Now, if you find him, that's when you get to fight the vermin monster. He attacks with magic and gets a +2 bonus. He'll do 1 wound if successful, and he has 1 hit point. Alright, and again, that can be done in any urban location. But the farther away from the entrance you are, the better your chances of finding him. You're not gonna. He's hard to find up here in the heart of the city. Okay, so he completed a quest, so that ends his hero phase. So now he has to discard. Let's get rid of the bite of the Wererat. And then I'm going to draw 1 to get me back up to 5. Alright, and just like that, his turn is over. So we're going to move it over to her. She resets her movement points. Now he has 6 peril points, and she has this 1-cost rat swarm. What's this? Vermin proliferation. Once per turn on your Dungeon Lord phase, take any 1 vermin from the discard pile and place it in your hand. And collect 1. I don't know. I think I'm going to sit on that one for a little bit. So I'm not going to play any new cards, but I am going to bring this rat swarm back out. So I'm going to spend 1 peril. Now he ended up not having any successes last turn, so he doesn't have any tokens. So we're going to do a melee attack. He gets a +1. Oh, a 2. Boy, this might be it for the... His bonus is 1. So he rolled a 5, so he gets a 6. He does 1 damage on this thing, which is enough to kill it. It doesn't have a token to remove to prevent that, so he gains 1 glory for dealing a wound. Well, I guess drawing that vermin from discard looks pretty good now. Maybe I'll play that next turn. Alright, now we go to phase 3, and the thief draws the Wererat lair. 4 peril, 3 glory. You can only enter on the right or the bottom. It's an urban type site. And notice this symbol down here, that is a portal. So if you're using this wilderness set with a dungeon set, this is the card that lets you go from outdoors into the dungeon. All vermin have +1 to all attacks here. Alright, now who needed that? It's her turn. The Wererat lair is this right here, this quest. And he needs to go from the Wererat lair to the temple. Now she put the temple here, so we're going to want this to be way far away. In fact, we're going to put it right here. You may ask, why didn't you put it there? Well, because there's a sewer, the letter B and the letter B. So if I would have put it there, he would have only gone 1, 2, 3, and he would have been there. Now he has to go either 1, he has to go 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep. Anyway, so she still needs the outskirts or the garden. Oh, the garden is way up here. Oh boy. Alright, she's just going to head up to the garden then. So she's going to spend both points and do 2 movements. She's going to go 1, 2, gain 3 peril and 2 glory. 3 peril, 2 glory. Okay, she has 4 glory points that she can spend. Let's see. Cloak of Flames. On any successful melee hit, attacker must overcome threat 7 or take a wound. Oh, I like that. Oh, this is the Helmet of Luck. This was out last time. I've only got 4. Regeneration. She hasn't taken any damage yet. You know what? I'm going to play this Cloak of Flame. So let's use 3. We'll do that. Alright. So if any monsters hit me, if I take a melee wound, they've got to overcome a threat of 7 or take 1 wound themselves. Alright, okay, so that is the end of her hero phase. She has to discard. She is going to get rid of, I guess, this one here. Now she is on an urban space, so she will draw back up to 6 instead of 5. So there's 5 and her 6th. Alright, so that's 6 for her. Alright, let's go back over. He resets his movement points, and she has 6 peril. Alright, let's see what we've got. City Shift, not worried about that. I'm thinking about this vampire. Alright, this alluring vampire. She's going to attack with magic, get a 4 bonus, and if successful, inflicts 1 wound, and opponent must overcome magic threat of 4 or be relocated to an adjoining space. And she has 2 hit points. That's awesome. Okay, so we're going to spend 4 peril. Knocks her down to 2. And again, we're doing magic with a +4. Okay. So she gets an 8. Now her magic is 0. And the cloak's not going to help because it has to be a melee attack. Magic from afar, from across the room, isn't close enough for the flames to affect the attacker. So anyway, she has an 8. And again, her magic bonus is 0. And she gets a 4. So the vampire clearly wins. And it's going to do 1 wound. So let's go ahead and take care of that. That's a definite. Okay, and that's going to also add a peril. And overcome a magic threat 4. Again, magic bonus is 0. So she only gets a 2, so she failed that. Get relocated to an adjoining space. I'm going to put that back over in his pack. So she is green. She's going to be moved to an adjoining space. So here she is. She was headed up here, so he's going to move her back. Alright. And that's the end of his Dungeon Lord phase. So he goes to phase 3, the build phase. And he draws the Outskirts Hideaway. 4 peril, 3 glory. This is the only entrance. Now this is way out, away from the city. In fact, it's up in the mountains. And while here, you may pay any number of glory on your turn to discard that number of peril. Alright, so who needed this? She did. And she is green, so he wants to put this as far away. I'm thinking that's probably the best bet right there. And another good reason for doing that is because this is a trap leaving Thieves' Alley. So she's going to have to come up this way and go through that trap. Alright, so he has 3 points. Now what is he doing? He just completed that quest. So he is 2 spaces from the entrance. 1, 2. So he could try this. What's his magic? Oh, he's not good. Oh, what type is it? It is a vermin. So he gets +2 magic against vermin. I think he's going to do this. Okay. So he has to search. And like I said, he's 2 spaces from the start. So he's going to get a +2 to his search roll. He needs to get a 7. Oh, each search attempt uses a movement. So I'm using a movement. And he got a 6 +2, which is 8. So guess who he found? The Hideous Rat Beast. Okay, the Hideous Rat Beast is going to attack with a 2 bonus on magic. And golly, he is going to get he is going to have a +2 magic. So here we go. This +2, he got a 4. This +2, he got a 6. So the dwarf clearly won and did a damage, which is enough to kill it. I only had 1 hit point. So he gains another level, which means he also gains another speed point, which means he also gains another movement point. Okay, he's going to gain 2 glory, so he's now up to, I just moved that up to 7. And he would heal, but he's already at full health. And that completes quest number 2 for him. Man, he's doing great. Okay, and because that was global, we have to draw another one. Divine the Holy Symbol. This is a chance quest. We've got another search. on any urban space, and you have to roll a 7 or better, but again, you get a +2 for each space you are from the entrance. Each search attempt uses 1 movement, so it's the same thing so far. But then, you get to complete the quest, you roll 4 dice and get no duplicates. You can pay 2 glory to remove 1 die. Each additional attempt per turn uses 1 movement. So you can only remove 1 die. You have to roll at least 3. And announce that all demons have +1 to magic attacks while this quest is in play. And this quest being global, it is in play for both players now. You have to keep that in mind. Now, I hope I put these back in the right places, because I kind of dropped earlier. Anyway, so because he completed a quest, that ends his hero phase. So he has to discard a card. He will, you know what, he's doing pretty good with life, so I don't think he's going to need this potion. We're going to discard that, and he's going to draw 2 cards to get him back up to 5. Alright, it is her turn. Reset, and he has 5 peril points for her to use. Oh man. Once per turn on your dungeon, take any amount of... Well, you know what? We can make this work. I'm going to spend the 4. That gets down to 1. And I'm going to play this permanent. Once per turn, and this is my Dungeon Lord phase, I'm going to look for 1 vermin from the discard pile and put it in my hand. Okay, so let's put that there. Now here's the discard pile. So we're going to look for red. That is a demon type. That is a bane. But this one is a vermin type. So let's put this in my hand. Okay. And now we can spend 1 point to bring out the rat swarm. How about that? Oh, but because of this, place in your hand and collect 1 peril. So I do have to gain 1 peril back. Okay. So how about that? I'm going to attack with the rat swarm. So it's going to do a melee attack with a 1 bonus. So it gets a 3. His melee bonus is a 4. It doesn't scare me. And he gets a 5. Oh, all right. Well, that worked out so well. He did 1 damage, which is enough to put that right back in the discard pile, and he gains 1 glory. Wow, that didn't work at all for her. The map cards are all on the table now. The map is complete, so there will be no more phase 3, build phase. So for her, the green figure, we go to her hero phase, where she has 2 movement points. Now she was trying to get up to the garden, but let's see, where's the outskirts hideaway? Oh, it's way up there. So I guess she's going to continue her trek up towards the garden. So she's going to spin both to make 2 movements. 1, 2. And she's going to gain a total of 4 peril and 3 glory. So that is 4 peril and 3 glory. She has 4 glory points to spend. Let's see. The helmet, maybe a bug biter. Your hero has a rod of teleportation. When played, pay any number of additional peril to place that number of tokens on this card. On your turn, you may discard either 1 token or this card to relocate your hero to an adjoining space. Ooh, you know what? I'm going to get that now. I'm spending 2. I'm going to spend 2 more. Okay, so that's the 2 extra that I'm spending, and that brings out the rod of teleportation with 2 tokens on it. Okay. Now it said on your turn you may discard either 1 token or the card to relocate your hero to an adjoining space. This is my turn, I'm going to discard 1, and I'm going to move my hero to an adjoining space, which is the garden. You know what? This says, to complete the quest, pay 1 wound or 6 glory. Well, she cannot pay glory right now. She's out. But she still has 5. I'm going to say, go ahead and take the wound and complete the quest. So there you go. She now has the Dark Saber, which gives her a +3 on melee. Boy, I'm going to have to try to remember that. Alright, now she didn't gain a level and all that kind of stuff, but she did gain that, and that is 1 quest completed for her. Let's see. And you know what? Oh, she's not in an urban space. Anyway, that ends her hero phase anyway, because she completed the quest. So let's go ahead and discard. Boy, I like all these. Let's get rid of this one, Urban Sprite. Now she is in a forest space this time. She's not in urban. So she does not use her Streetwise ability. She just draws 2 to get her back up to 5, like a normal hero. Okay. Now let's go back over to him. He resets. Now she has 5 peril points. Now he's got that vampire that costs 4. Oh, let's see what else he has. Magic Barrier. That's a magic threat of 5. Her magic is 0. And she has no bonuses. Fail, inflict a wound, and opponent must discard a boon. She has no boons, though. But still, there's a good chance she would fail that and have to take a wound. And we have a Wererat. Relocate any 1 urban map card. Could I use that to my advantage? Where am I going? I'm up here. And I was headed Thieves Alley or the Wererat. Oh, I'm in Thieves Alley. And I need to escort... Oh. I may finish the game this turn. All I have to do is... Oh, wow, look at that. Alright. Now, where's she going to go? She needs to go either... She needs to go to the outskirts, which is way over there. That's already pretty far. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that. After all that. 3, so I said she has 5. I'm going to go ahead and do this Magic Barrier for 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, so she has to test magic and get 5 or better. She gets 0 bonus, but she got a 6. So she succeeded, so she actually gains a glory from that. Oops. Okay, so that gets discarded. And I am going to play this 1-cost Wererat. Now notice, I can transform it. You may pay 1 peril to add opponent's level to this. It starts at 2 melee. So, I'm going to pay the 1 cost and then the additional 1. So that'll be these 2. And the Wererat will be transformed. It was a rat, now it's a Wererat. And it's going to add her level, which is just 1, but still, 3 is better than 2. So it's going to add 3 to its roll. So it gets a 6. Now her melee is 1. Oops, I forgot about that. Her melee is 1 plus 3, so it's 4. Okay. Oh yeah, she got a 9 total. So that does 1 wound back to the Wererat. And that's enough to kill it. So she gains another peril. Alright, but that doesn't matter because it is his hero phase and he wants to escort the lovely Lily. So here she is. While your hero is in the Thieves' Alley, which is where he is, place a token on this card. Now, hero has -1 to melee combat while the token's on here. And to complete it, I just need to get her to the inn. So let's go ahead and put this. Come with me, Lily. Alright. So I'm going to spend 1 movement. Now to leave Thieves' Alley, I'm going to have to test speed and get 5 or better to get through the trap that they've set. So let's see if I can do that. My speed is 4. Oh, it's going to be tough. Alright, but I did it. I got a 9, which beats the 5. So I make it through no problem, and I gain 2 peril and 1 glory. 2 peril, 1 glory. Okay, now I have 3 movement points left. I'm going to spend 1 to go down to the inn where I gain 1 peril and 1 glory. 1 peril, 1 glory. And I take a look at this card once more, and it says, to complete the quest, discard the token while on the inn of the Wily Winch. So I'm going to discard that. And that is quest number 3 for our old friend, the Dwarf Guard. Yep, so that is 2 games in a row he won. So I think he's a pretty good character to play. Alright, so I hope this gave you an idea of what Den of the Wererats is like. These games are so atmospheric. I love the locations, the equipment, the monsters, the quests, you know, it really works. Alright, anyway, that was gameplay number 2 for Den of the Wererats. And as with the first 3 sets, I am going to make 2 card videos to go through every card in this set. I think most of them came out, but I'm not sure if all of them did, so watch for those 2 videos coming soon, and that's going to do it for this set. There is a 5th set that came out, so all I have to say is watch my channel because there may be more gameplay videos coming soon. Alright, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.